Yeah, you start. The closer, okay?
All right. Um, my mouth is always parched when I start. Um, so you said I forgot to answer the first question in the challenge. Okay, and like you've been experiencing like all this for about 3 years, is that right?
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Okay, and like in those 3 years, like how long have you been trying to change your current situation of dealing with not having vacation freedom and not having all those things you want and desire?
Um, I think it's been about like 1 year. I'm trying to do something. Yeah.
Okay, 1 year, and that's like a gap right there. You said you've been going this for
Yeah.
3 years and you've been trying to change for like a year. That's a 2 year gap. And well, why do you think it took you so long to come to a realization that like you need to do something about this?
I honestly don't know. I just think I just didn't know what to do exactly. I just didn't have like a right path to follow. A clear path to follow, and so I just postponed the moment. You know.
Okay. And like, what was stopping you from trying to find a clear path to go?
I honestly don't know. I just there are many people online that want like they're all saying a different. What the fuck are you laughing?
Okay.
I was saying, I don't know. There are 1,000 guys online. They all say different things one from another, and so I don't really know who to trust and who's legit and who's not, and so that's the reason why.
So basically, like you don't know like who to trust and stuff, and that's why you haven't been on a clear path. Is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so and I feel like I should re-ask it again because like
I don't know. Now, okay, and so what changed last year?
okay, and, you've been going this for 3 years and like you've been trying this for a year. And what changed in the year that made you want to do something about this? Like, what made you want to do something about this?
I think my sense of urgency just, got a bit louder inside myself, and I just found some guys online like Misha, and so that I can really trust, and so yeah, I'm now starting to get into this.
Okay. I'm like kind of nervous. I don't know why I'm nervous. It's like every single time for a call, like, I'm just nervous. I don't know, but is it cool if I make a quick assumption?
Uh, Observation.
Observation.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so it seems like
So first,
uh,
play it as the confused one. Say, okay, but I'm a bit struggling to understand. So you said you've been experiencing this for 1 year and for 3 years, and you tried to do stuff for 1 year, and the only thing that's been stopping you from like making progress earlier is that you don't even found any guy that was legit. Like, what the hell are you talking about? No, don't say that, of course.
yeah.
But
All right. Okay, is it cool if I make a quick observation?
first, I'm struggling to understand.
Okay. I'm like trying to understand, man. Like you've been going through this for about 3 years, and you've been trying to this for 1 year, and that's like a 2 year gap. And the only
Yeah,
reason, and like the reason it took you so long to come to realization that you have to change and stuff is you're just finding out someone that you could trust, uh, like that. Is that right?
yeah, I couldn't really find someone to trust, and so I couldn't really um like
I
set
didn't.
up a clear path to follow.
I didn't really like the tonality. I feel like I could have done better. I'm doing.
The finality, yeah, probably.
Yeah. Okay. So like, um, I'm struggling to understand, man. You've been going through this for about 3 years, and you've been trying to change your current situation for about a year, and the only thing that changed that made you
Come on.
okay. So I'm struggling to understand, man. You've been going through this for 3 years, and you've been trying to change this for about a year, and that's like a 2 year gap. And the only reason like you changed now and I was about to say, God damn it, God.
I think like because you started to change like only 1 year ago, it's because you didn't know who to trust.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, but I'm struggling to understand, man. You've been going through this for about 3 years, and you've been trying to change this for about a year, and the only reason you make that change is because you found someone you could trust. Is that right?
Yeah, I think that's the reason. Also, like some family things just popped up in my life, like the past 3 years. Actually, the 2 years before the year I started doing something, and so just difficult situations. And I just didn't want to take action.
Okay. So it damn. Is it okay if I make an observation? An observation.
Okay. Now there is a specific thing you have to say. You have to actually address that my limiting belief is not that,
Mm.
but is something else. And that is only like a mask you've been wearing.
Like I didn't really hear what you said like before me. Like I heard like the last part of it. Like can you like repeat that part?
The last one.
Yeah, like the part you saying about your family and like stuff.
Oh,
So
okay,
that part.
yeah, I said the 2 years that I didn't really take action was because some family stuff just got in the way. I had a difficult situation with one of my family members, and so just I didn't take action, for that.
Okay, I mean you know right that like like if you really want to achieve the goals you want to achieve, you can't like allow things to get in your way. You know that, man?
Yeah, but it was something. It wasn't a stupid thing.
And what was that thing?
No, don't say that. Could
Okay.
be like I don't know, a trauma or something.
Um.
Now, observation
mm,
is
Okay.
sorry, observation. Coaching moment. It
Okay.
seems like it's not that thing, but that thing combined also with one limiting beliefs, that is actually what made you postpone this wanting to take action for 2 years.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Is it cool if I make a quick observation?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so it seems like you want to get to all these goals, making 10K month, have location for you and all that jazz. And the only thing that's been the only things that's has been stopping you from actually against those things is like you find out someone to trust and like and to work with. And you mentioned that you let your family get in the way of against your goals, and because of that you haven't been able to make much progress. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, and okay, and like, do you see how like letting
Wait, 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 wait.
uh,
So, watching some videos, some issues videos, I understand this part here exactly. If the prospect still hasn't got accountable for his limiting beliefs, here you have to say what I said, like the reasons why I haven't still taken action,
mm,
and you have to say, actually, maybe it's not this thing, maybe it's this other thing. Is that right? Like maybe okay, this thing that this bad thing that happened in your family maybe contributed to this, but maybe the real reason why you postponed this action and you told me that there wasn't really guys that you could trust is because maybe you gotta be comfortable with the situation. Versus because you're 20, you're making 3K a month is kind of good for your age, and maybe like feeling the feeling of being better compared to the guys your age, maybe that may like got you to be a little bit comfortable. Is that fair to assume? So you have to say, if I didn't get accountable, say that thing I said. Maybe it's not that. Of course, don't be rude, don't be a dick. Um, show empathy. It's not that. It's actually this. Maybe is that right? No, yes. If he says no, he's probably gonna tell the real reason. Okay.
so I started
Practice the thing over and over again.
So I start with it seems like, or
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay, so it seems like you've been going through this with your family, and like uh, it's been postponing you from getting to goals you want to get to, and maybe it's not that. And you also said
Okay,
y-
don't be like be a little bit softer with that. Okay, so
uh
yeah, maybe that okay, that was a part of it, but for the most part, when you said there wasn't really a guy you could trust, it was actually that.
okay.
Okay,
Okay, so it seems like you've been going through it with your family and stuff, and 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 maybe it's not that. And you also said you trying to find someone you could trust. And is it like fair to assume you got a bit comfortable and that's why you've been postponing like a lot of things?
so we're getting there, but it's still
Yeah,
too
it's
vague. Too
yeah.
vague. Still, let's focus on the first part first. Okay, you've been going this for 3 years, and it's those 2 years. Okay, you had this thing, your this family thing that happened, and so this contributed to you not taking action. But you also said that. So let's practice this part first.
So it's been 3 years part. You said it's been 3 years. And
Yeah, only this part.
all right, so it's been like 3 years, and you've been you've been wanting to change this for about a year. And um fuck, I forgot what I was saying.
This 2 years gap, okay, you had this family accident, this family thing that stops you from taking action because I don't know, you were feeling some emotions at the moment, but you also said that it's that there aren't really some like guys you can trust online,
Okay.
and when you say that, okay, this family thing probably contributed to that, but is it fair to assume that rather than um, rather than not actually being able to find guys you could trust is actually that you gotta be comfortable with the situation, and that because you're making in 3K a month, blah 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 blah, and that combined with the fact that they had this family accident, um, like is it fair to assume that that was the actual reason why you didn't take action?
All
Okay.
right. Let's break it down to like small parts, because like that's a lot
Yeah.
to remember. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
so it seems like you've been going through this for about 3 years, and you've been trying to change for 1 year. And the reason it took you 2 years to actually do something about this is you went through something with your family. It was like an accident. And also you said the reason you postponed this for 2 years is you couldn't really find anybody that you could trust. And
Yeah.
is it fair to
Okay.
assume that
Doing good.
it's not that you couldn't find anyone to trust, it's because you got a bit comfortable? Is that fair to assume?
Okay. Still uh, too short. You have to
Mm-hmm.
make it a little bit more expanded if you don't want to look like rude.
Mm-hmm.
Um, okay, let's focus on that part. So, and also specify the fact that okay, but of course it's also the family thing. But you also said so. Don't say it's not the family thing because it's probably a bad thing that happened. I don't know. You don't. You have to be really careful with this. Okay.
So like I start that whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Um. So it seems like you've been going through this for about 3 years, and you've been trying to change for about 1 year, and
Yeah.
there's like a 2 year gap of like you're not doing anything about this. The and the reason why is because you went through something with your family, and like I can see that like really affecting you. And you also said you
Great.
you were struggling to find someone that you could trust to work with, and that also postponed things. And is it fair to assume you couldn't like, find you? No. Is it fair to assume that you got a bit comfortable, and that's why you took such a long time to come to realization that you need to change and do something about this?
Is it fair to assume that the second thing you said, like, be a little bit more clear about it? Is it fair to assume that it's not actually okay? The family thing, of course, got in the way probably, but is it fair to assume that? it's probably that it's probably not that you couldn't find guys to trust, but is it fair to assume like it's everything combining the fact that you probably got a bit comfortable with the situation because you know you're making 3K a month, you're better, you're making more money than most guys your age. Probably that. Do you see how that is probably something that like no, this is not. Do you, like is it fair to assume like do you think is that right? That,
I got this, guys. So it seems like
oh,
you've been going through this for 3 years, and you've been trying to change for 1 year, and that's like a 2 year gap. And the
yeah,
reason, the reason it took you so long to actually take action towards this is because you had a little accident with your family and stuff, and that, and like I can see that really affect you and stuff. And you also
yeah.
said the reason you've been postponing this is because you can't really, you were struggling to find someone to actually trust to work with. And is it like fair to assume it wasn't actually you trying to find someone to trust to work with? It was you getting a bit comfortable with your situation because like man, like you're 20 years old making 3K a month, like most 20-year olds are not even making 3K a month. Like you are in a good position, and like I see why you got comfortable in your position because like you're already making good enough money as a 20-year-old.
It was perfect. The last part only,
Uh,
just only the last part. Don't say I can see how that. Do you see how that?
uh.
Ask them. Ask me. It was perfect.
Okay,
Okay.
so
Okay.
do you see how so what? Do you see how
Uh, just the last part. Don't say I see how that could have made you comfortable. Say that. Do
oh
you see how that made you
alright.
comfortable?
Yeah, yeah.
Probably. Oh, is it fair to assume, or is that right? But it was perfect. Yeah.
I it seems like you've been going through this for about 2 years. I mean, shit. Okay, so it seems like you've been going through this for about 3 years, and you've been trying to change this for about 1 year. And
Yeah.
it's like a 2 year gap right there of like you said yourself of you not doing anything, you were comfortable with the situation. And the
Yeah.
reason you took so long to come to realization and take action about this is because you had a family accident, and I see how that uh, and I see how that affected you. And you also said you were struggling to find someone to trust to work with, and
Is it fair to assume? Come on.
I so it seems like you going through this for 3 years. I mean,
Oh, come on. Just the last part. Okay, but is it fair to assume that the second thing is not actually this, but is that?
okay, and like, is it fair to assume you couldn't no? And is
Come on.
it
Is it fair?
fair to assume that you couldn't find someone to trust, but it was you being a little bit comfortable with your situation? I mean, like you're 20 years old making 3K a month. Like most 20-year-olds your age, they're not even scratching 3K a month. And do you see you and do you see how you got comfortable with your situation?
Um, is that fair to assume? I think it sounds better.
Okay, um, fuck, lost my place.
Just the last phrase.
Okay, and is it fair to assume that?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, to be honest.
Okay, and do you see how you being
Okay,
comfortable with your
let's play that all over again. You have to nail this.
okay. Okay, so it seems like you've been going through this for about 3 years, and you've been trying to change it for like a year, and that's like a 2 year gap of you not doing anything. You say yourself, and the reason it took you 2 years to do something about this is because you went through family accident, and I see how that really affected you. And you also mentioned that the reason you've been postponing taking action also is because you've been struggling to find people to trust to work with. And is it like fair to assume that it wasn't that you were trying to find someone to trust to work with, but it was a bit of you being comfortable. And do you see how you became comfortable with your situation?
Explain that a bit more because you know you're making 3K a
Yeah,
month for 20.
yeah, because like you're 20 years old making 3K a month, and most people 20 years old are not even making 3K a month. And do you see how you got comfortable with your situation.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Okay. Um, and then I go again
Yeah.
or just
I
go
think
forward.
yeah, and then they say just do you see how this is something that will continue to
Yeah.
hold you back?
Yeah, and do you see how like the behavior of you being comfortable, it will continue to hold you back in not only just high ticket sales, but like life, man. Do you see how that will continue to hold you back?
Yeah, but probably I just got past this because it's been 1 year that I've been taking action. So I think that feeling just faded away to be honest.
Um, and I feel like I said like what have you done in that 1 year? Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
and you say you've been trying to change your current situation. Fuck. And you said you've been trying to change your current what? And you said you've been trying to change your current situation
But
for about
wait,
a
wait, wait, wait. We probably since we were practicing the last part of the challenge section,
mm.
probably this thing we already like
Oh, you're right,
we
you're
would
right.
already talked about. So if I did something in this year, okay, perfect, move on.
Mm.
If I didn't do something, okay, but you said personally that like in this past year you haven't like taken much action. You watch some YouTube videos, you taken some notes, but this is not enough to become a closer man. So do you see how this probably this feeling of being comfortable and not giving you the urgency to take action, practice every single day, still continues to hold you back in this year? Like if we were doing like a whole challenge section, everything has to be like tied up to the next thing. Okay, let's do the whole challenge section. Okay,
You start or me start.
no, you start.
Okay. And you've been going through this for about a year, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, and like in those and okay and fuck. Okay, and like oh my god. Okay, in that year
Oh no.
and oh my god.
Come on.
Let's just restart the whole thing. Jesus. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so you've been going through this for about 3 years, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, and how long have you been trying to change your current situation?
I think it's been about 1 year.
Okay. So you've been going through this for 3 years, you've been trying to change for a year, and why do you think it took you so long to come to realization that you need to do something about this, man? Because like you said earlier, you can't like stand like living with your parents, not making enough money, and being check to check, man. Like, why do you think it took you so long to come to realization?
Um, I think it's the fact that in those 2 years, like some things in my family happened that didn't allow me really to focus on something like this, and also that like I didn't really know who to trust online because there are 1,000 guys out there that teaching the same thing, and so I didn't really know who's legit and who's not.
Yeah, man. Like, that's totally understandable. Like nowadays, like a lot of people you see online, like they're not who they say they are, and I understand why you might have this feeling of not trusting somebody.
Yeah.
Okay, and what steps have you taken so far towards high ticket sales in that year?
Um, I watched some YouTube videos. I took on some notes. I went through a couple of free courses, but yeah, nothing. I was just practicing the skill.
Okay, so just practicing. Okay, I mean, but that's really
Yeah,
good, man. You just practicing still, like watching videos, taking notes, and you say you went through a couple courses,
yeah.
and you pretty much doing great. Um,
Yeah, I did like something that a real prospect wouldn't have done. I just revealed everything too early. I should have said like a real prospect would do. So in response to the question, why do you think it took you so long to come to the realization? I should have said, yeah, I didn't really know. And now you have to say, okay, what was stopping you from referring that? What was stopping you from actually finding someone who trusts? And I was just confused on who to trust, and who to look for online. And then struggling to understand. And then I will reveal the other pain point of the family thing and stuff, and coaching moment. And then, okay, in this year, what steps have you taken so far? Okay, let's. The challenge section really depends to what your prospect says.
And what steps have you taken towards high ticket sales specifically in that year?
I watched some YouTube videos, taking some notes. I went through a couple free courses. Yeah, stuff like that. We booked a couple calls, but nothing more.
Okay. I mean, yeah, man, like you're actually doing like more than like a lot of people are doing. Like a lot of people are like just w- watching videos and taking notes and like and that's it, man. Like you said, you going through courses and all that stuff. And
Okay.
fuck. God damn. Give me a second. Give me a second.
Yeah. Now you could ask like, well, the thing you usually ask. Okay, do you think that's enough to, become a
Yeah,
closer?
yeah. Like I kind of got okay. And do you think like just I feel like I'm downplaying. Like I feel like that will make confrontation. I don't know.
No, no, try.
Okay, and like, do you think like watching videos, taking notes, and going through a couple courses is gonna like allow you to become the closer that you want it to be?
Nice phrasing. Um, Probably not. No, no, probably not. That's why I'm looking to get it with Misha.
Okay, and like, why do you think you don't have the skill set to become a closer with the current things you're doing right now?
Because I would have to actually practice the thing. I'll have to do some role plays. I'll have to do X, Y, and Z. I will have to do that. And so, yeah.
Right. Um,
What was stopping you from doing this thing in the first place?
and and what would stop you from doing more in the first place?
Doing these things, not doing more.
Right. And what would stop you from doing these things in the past?
Um, just the thing I already mentioned to you. So I didn't really know who to trust, and also like a couple years ago, something in my family happened, and so I wasn't really able to take much action.
Okay. Um, and then I say sorry, but I'm sure you understand, right?
Mm,
No, no, that's
yeah, you have to say that, but
like
remove the I'm struggling to understand because I told you something like heavy. So okay, you've been experiencing this pain for 3 years, and this situation, like explain a bit more, for 3 years now,
mm,
and you've been taking action, like watching videos, doing stuff with how to get sales for like the past year. But the only thing that's been stopping you from the thing that's been stopping you from, taking role plays, actually looking for mentorship, actually looking for people that would allow you to land an offer, is that you didn't know you really didn't know who to trust, and that you had this thing in your family, right? Okay, now it seems basically from a conservation, it seems like same coaching moment as before. Okay.
so you've been like, hold up. Okay, you've been doing this for about 3 years, and you've been trying to change this for a year. And in this year, you said yourself you've been watching videos, taking notes, and you went through a couple of courses.
Yeah.
And you also said the thing that's been stopping you from taking action for this past 2 years is something that happened with your family, man. And you also said it's hard to like find people to trust from
Yeah.
doing something towards high ticket sales. And
Yeah.
fuck.
Come on.
Um, and like the only no,
Come on.
I didn't even start that. It didn't sound
No, it was good. Just continue.
right. Okay, and he also said the only reason you've been
I,
postponing it.
I really have to take a shit. Sorry.
You go, you go,
Sorry
you
to
go,
interrupt you, but it's
you go,
urgent.
you go.
Can come back.
I'm gonna cut this part out. So you've been going through this for about 3 years, and you've been trying to change for 1 year. And the reason you took 2 years, 2 years to actually take action is because though you said you went through something for family, and that deeply affected you. And you also mentioned it's hard to trust people nowadays because people nowadays you can't trust people nowadays. Is that right? Okay. Okay, and it's a kind of a medical observation. So it seems like you've been going through some with your family and you haven't you having problems trusting people nowadays. And is it fair to assume that it's not you trying to find people to trust, but it's the behavior of you getting comfortable? It's like, man, you're 20 years old making 3K a month, and most people 20 years old nowadays not even scratching 2K a month, and you're making 3K a month. And is it fair to assume that you got big comfortable? Okay. So you've been going through this for about 3 years, and you've been trying to change this for about a year. And the reason you took 2 years of inaction is because you've been going through something with your family, and that deeply affected you. And you also said that it's hard trusting people nowadays. Is that right? Okay. Is it cool to make an observation? Yes. It seems like you've been going through something with your family that deeply affected you, and you also said it's hard to trust people nowadays. And is it fair to assume that it's not you trying to find people to trust, but it's the res it's it's you getting comfortable with your situation. Cause like man, you're 20 years old making 3K a month. I mean like most people at 20 years old nowadays not even scratching 2K a month, man, but you're making 3K a month. And is it fair to assume that you got comfortable with your situation? Huh. So it seems like you've been going something with family and that really deeply affecting you, man. And you also said it's hard to find people to trust nowadays because people nowadays like you can't trust people nowadays. And is it is it fair to assume that I was role playing myself?
I'm 10 years lighter.
Yeah, yeah. 10 years later, I I think I got this down though. This whole part, I think got this down. I was role
Just
playing
one.
myself. You froze.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right.
Okay. Let's do this one more time.
Okay. So shit. So, you've been dealing with this for about 3 years, and you've been trying to change this for about a year. And
Yeah.
the reason, like, you took 2 years of no action is because you've been going through something with your family, and I see how that's deeply affected you. And you also said, it's hard trusting people nowadays. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. And is it cool if I make a quick observation?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. So, it seems like what you went through with your family has deeply affected you, and you also said it's hard trusting people nowadays. And is it like fair to assume that it's not you trying to find people to trust, but it's you getting a bit comfortable, man? Because like you're 20 years old making 3K a month, and most people your age at 20 years old is not even scratching 2K a month. And is it fair to assume you got a little bit comfortable with your situation?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, and fuck. And do you see how like you become comfortable with continuing to hold you back not only in high ticket sales but life?
Yeah. If I don't get past it, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, and how can we move past it so it doesn't continue to hold you back?
I think I just have to change my mindset. I have to lock in and just do the work.
I mean, yeah, but how exactly are you gonna go about locking in? How exactly you gonna go about that? Can you walk me through that?
No, I really don't know. I think I don't really know, man.
I mean, it's fine. I mean, it's not.
It's fine not knowing how to do. You've been experiencing this for 3 years, but that's exactly what we're gonna do in the course. In the program. In the program, there are hundreds of guys like you that have the same limiting beliefs, and we train them every single day to be relentless and to be like to say fuck off to these limiting beliefs. Um, just say something like this. I think
Okay.
it's good.
Yeah, yeah, man. I mean, it's totally fine, man. I mean, like a lot of people have like a lot of limiting beliefs, and we no. Mm, sounds like yeah, man. I mean, like it's like totally fine to like not know on how to like go about something. Cause okay, man.
Or
Like,
here you could also
huh?
gain a commitment. You could also say, okay, and are you conscious that if you actually want to become a closer, you would have to get past these limiting beliefs.
Mm,
Yeah, okay. And are you actually convinced that you want to be a closer? Yeah, okay. So the only thing left is that we gotta like limiting beliefs, and we're gonna do it in programs. It's not a problem. Just
okay.
before that, okay.
All right. Mm, wait. Go and say it first. You said what first? The first thing you said.
Um, Gain commitment. So, do you know that if you want to be a closer, you have to get past this limiting beliefs?
Okay. And do you realize like if you want to become a closer, you have to get past these. You have to get past the behavior of becoming no. Let me start that.
Yeah.
And do you like understand if you want to become a closer, you have to like get past this behavior of being comfortable with your life.
Yeah, yeah. If I want to become a closer, yeah.
Okay, and so how can we like move past this now?
And so,
Wait.
are you actually convinced that you want to be a closer?
Mm,
Absolutely, yeah. Okay, so no problem. We're gonna address this. Like it's some bullshit. We're gonna address this in the program. So don't worry about it. But the only thing I need from you is that the absolute conviction that first you want to be a closer, and the second thing is that you're gonna do your best to get past this limiting beliefs.
okay.
I know this something is not natural because it's not part of a conversation. It's just a piece of that. So
And are you like 100% committed to this? Like,
yeah, totally.
okay, and yeah, gotcha. Um,
Okay, don't worry. We'll. It's just because you're not doing the China section in its entirety.
yeah. Um, that's what I would say. Um,
Don't worry.
so like, what's next here? What's next? Let's do
Then there is consequential.
consequential. Okay. Um, give me a
Come
second.
on.
I'm just trying to figure out how we go about this. Um, and and let's say like you don't get past this behavior come control, and like say like the next 3 years, what happens if you don't get past this? Where would you be in the future?
Man, I think I'd be in the same position to be honest. I could like do something, but nothing like that could actually give me concrete results.
And is that like some of your code? Like seriously, like man, like people your age at 20 years old making 3K a month will like most people in your situation, they'll like want to stay in that situation. And are you like
Yeah,
fully committed to going to the next level with this?
yeah,
Okay.
totally.
Okay. Sorry. Let's
And then show the gap. Yeah,
yeah. Okay. And like just to, like show okay. And okay. And so to like let me show you that I no.
come on.
Okay. And to show that I understand everything is you're 20 years old and you want to achieve location freedom, financial freedom, and be able to make 10K a month. And the only thing that's been stopping you from achieving these things is like you said earlier, you went through some of your family and you got a bit comfortable. And you said if you don't get past this behavior of becoming comfortable, you'll be in the same place you are in the future. And you said yourself that's something you're not okay with. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, then. And are you like aware like the path coming closer? It's not gonna like happen overnight. You have to like put in hours and hours to actually come closer.
Yeah, yeah, I noticed.
Okay. Yes. And
Okay, and then we gain our commitments. Okay, this is something you already know how to do.
yeah, can I count you to like stay up late, wake up early, and sacrifice some family time and some free time to actually come the closer you want to be, and eventually achieve the goals that you want to achieve?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
And will you make high ticket sales your priority for the next 3 months? I need to start that. I started. It's not
yeah.
gonna. Okay, and like, will you make high ticket sales your top priority for the next 3 months?
Um, yeah, yeah, I think so. Even more if it needed.
Okay. And are you like willing to push through all the uncomfortable moments, like when things get challenging?
Yeah, yeah,
And then
totally.
you already kind of answered will you commit to working to
Yeah, yeah, self
yourself?
commitment and stuff.
Yeah, then the self solution. I'm perfect on that, basically.
Yeah, it's not hard. Just a second. Okay, okay. I can now practice the situation phase if you want. Use your